Welcome back to OTT Sports. I'm Michael Broughton.
And I'm Mark Panis.
And Mark, my kids think I'm completely nuts. I have not put my phone down for an entire week, from dawn till dusk. And obviously it's all down to the European Super League, or the now swiftly defunct European Super League.
Yeah.
And I think we can only start at one place. Who's to blame? It's very easy to blame the American owners, right? Because the closed league system is an American system.
Sure.
We all understand that. It's got great things we've discussed, very little downside risk, plenty of upside, everything an investor wants. But to me, you should be shifting the blame more to the Andrea Agnellis, the Florentino Perez's of Real Madrid and Juventus, the old lady of Turin.
Yeah.
Telling them in this bizarre group thing that was going on, saying, no, we're in, we're going to run the train, we're in charge. Perez was technically the boss. Clearly has been a ringleader in the press about this for a couple of years. 3 years, he says they've been discussing it. So, if you're the American owners and you've got Perez and Agnelli saying, yes, the closed system is good, let's go. Well, why would you turn the gift horse down?
Yeah, it's been one of the things that's caused me to chuckle a little bit in this entire process. I mean, if you look at it, who was in the ownership group? You had Brits at Spurs. You had certainly, as you mentioned, we had the Spanish, we had the Italians, we had the Chinese, we had the Russians, we had the Emiratis, and of course we had the Americans. It was quite a robust mini United Nations there from an ownership standpoint. And the Americans certainly have been the lightning rod in it, as you pointed out rightly, because of the structure of a closed league. So there's blame to go around, I think, as you said, around the traditional powerhouse sides in Europe, and then of course with the newer ownership groups that have come in from other parts of the globe. But I also, point to UEFA and say that there should be some blame to go around here, because the reality is, if we go back more than half a century, the Champions League was started to bring the champions of the biggest leagues in Europe together in a knockout tournament to see who really was the best football club. That has evolved into something today that is really unrecognizable from that. And there's also just a reality that the biggest clubs in the world are saying, expanding the existing format, which was the announcement that was supposed to happen this past Monday for the Champions League by UEFA, that doesn't help the problem. It doesn't even paper over the existing issues. It just adds more games and sends us to far-flung parts of Europe to be playing, a team from Romania or Belarus that our fans don't want, and that frankly will not be good broadcast content as well.
Yeah, and I think you're right. UEFA can't be blameless in this, right? I mean, they are literally shuffling the cards around here at the moment. But here's one for you. Perhaps the fans are also slightly to blame, right? Because I'm a Chelsea fanatic, and nothing has made me happy the last 2 decades than having a billionaire Russian basically inflate the entire system. But I've won an awful lot of trophies.
Right.
A lot of fans want a billionaire owner. They just don't want the owner to own it and to run it like they own it. And that's a really hard scenario, because we can't afford to pay these wages. I can pay for my ticket, but if you're going to have a billionaire owner, you got to expect the billionaire to want to get his own way at some point.
That is certainly, I think, a common view among the ultra wealthy class, is that if they're writing the checks, they want a larger say. If we're talking blame, the idea that you would have 12 of the biggest clubs in the world, 12 of the wealthiest ownership groups in the world together without any infrastructure in the middle that would help establish guiding principles for this venture, talk about operational processes, do the negotiations needed to get the media deals, right? The coordination that would have to happen with FIFA, all of that was devoid. And we saw the result of it, which was a very rushed announcement that ultimately brought a potentially dead on arrival as soon as it hit the airwaves.
Right,
news.
and I think we'll certainly unpack more of what went wrong on the next episode of OTT Sports. So from everyone here, thank you for watching. Make sure you log into our YouTube channel, innermarketmedia.com as well. And we'll see you next time on OTT Sports.